evening and welcome to Up South for all the top news stories from South India with me, T.S. Sudhir. Our top news story this evening is from Kozhikode Airport, where a CISF Jawan was killed last night after a scuffle broke out between an airport staffer and a CISF Jawan. And while the Jawan was brandishing the weapon to push off the airport staffers who had surrounded him, the gun went off, killing Jawan SS Yadav on the spot. After the clash, the airport was temporarily shut down and all flights to Kozhikode Airport were diverted to Kochi. Senior police officers arrived at the spot soon after the incident and brought the situation under control. Now CCTV footage of the deadly airport brawl has emerged. Kerala Home Minister Ramesh Chennithala said the clash began with CISF personnel insisting on an official airport authority to undergo security clearance.
I'm standing right at the Kozhikode airport where the firing took place last night and where a CISF Jawan was killed. On my left side, you see the entrance gate is where the frisking takes place, and this is actually a vulnerable gate where there's direct entry into the runway, which is why there is a strict checking that goes on here, whereas the other entrances have a three-tier security system. And once the clash, the tension between the two groups started at that particular gate, it took away from that spot all the way here, and this is where you see on my right side, which is covered with a carpet, this is where the attack actually took place. The clash between the two just got worse, and one of them snatched the gun from the CISF Jawan, and it accidentally fired, which led to the death of one Jawan. So this was a simple procedure checking that took place, but the regular tension that goes on between the two groups actually led to the death of this one Jawan here.
Right, joining me now from Kozhikode Airport is Revati Rajivan. Revati, what is the situation at the moment? Of course, flights are taking off from 8:45 in the morning, but after the civil aviation authorities coming in, of course, senior officials from the Kerala government also coming, is the situation completely under control?
Yes, the situation was under control around 1:30 a.m. today morning itself, and the flights started taking off early morning today, and all flights have been landing at the airport on time. The operations at the airport are normal. Now, on the other side, when it comes to this particular incident that took place last night, there are different versions of the story. One, the CIS version, there's the airport authority staff version, each one blaming the other person. But from what we hear at the airport from people who are here throughout all these days, is that this is not something that this is not something new. This is not something that popped up yesterday, but this is a tension between two departments, two groups as such, that has been going on from so long, from months ago. And every time there is this security check that takes place at this VVIP gate, and the airport authority staff are going through the security check, there is always this clash that takes place between them, whether verbal or physical. But then yesterday it just got out of hand, and a group of airport authority staff actually held one of these Jawans, held his hand, and that is when, to protect himself and to get them to their places, that he took out the gun. And amidst this tension is when the firing went off accidentally, and it fired a colleague there right below his right eye, and he died on the spot. Right after this, the entire group turned angry and vandalized the runway and disrupted everything at the airport.
Right. Obviously, that is something which has taken everyone by surprise. A couple of points to add to what Revati Rajivan told us, that standard operating procedures on frisking were not followed. This is what the senior civil aviation authorities have told us, and the warning signals were not heeded to, because apparently this particular CISF Jawan and another CISF Jawan were found to be extremely hostile and unfriendly while frisking, and many airport staffers had complained against them. And the number 2 point, because this has reinforced the demand that an aviation security force force should be set up at the earliest, because the feeling within the Civil Aviation Ministry is that the CISF falls under the Home Ministry, and therefore the feeling is that they don't have a sense of belongingness with their respective airports where they are posted, and therefore an aviation security force under the Ministry of Civil Aviation would be a much better idea. Revati Rajivan, thanks a lot for joining us there from Kozhikode Airport. News now from Chennai. The CEO of a multinational e-publishing firm has been arrested for possessing cocaine worth about 20,000 rupees. Now, he had actually got this cocaine through a courier from Bengaluru, and based on a specific trip, the Chennai Narcotics Control Bureau officials arrested Sanjeev Patnagar. The 50-year-old accused was held as he was taking delivery of the cocaine. The cocaine was in a package and was delivered by courier. He was immediately taken into custody along with his driver and later remanded to judicial custody. He is the India CEO of an e-publishing MNC, Jov India. Investigations have revealed that Bhatnagar was receiving shipments from a Bengaluru-based supplier through the courier service for the past 1 year.
We were following some of the suppliers who are based at various cities of South India, and we got a specific input that it's coming through a courier service, transport service, and we sent the team, and when the person came to collect the stuff, we summoned and checked the stuff, tested it, found it to be cocaine, and we took him to custody.
Right. So what did he tell you in the investigation process? Was it to deliver it to someone, or why did he have to get it from Bangalore, and how did the entire process work?
No, it was not to deliver to someone. It was a clear case of personal consumption, which he himself accepted, as well as we have also concluded in the initial input and later in the investigation.
The CEO of a multinational company was taken into custody by the Narcotics Control Bureau after he was caught here at this particular parcel service SMPK, which is located in the Waltax Road in Chennai, when he was taking delivery of a parcel that had 4 grams of cocaine. According to the parcel services, he has been receiving this parcel from Bangalore for the last 1 year, and usually sends his driver to pick up the parcel, or he comes in person to pick it up. It usually comes in the hand luggage, is what the courier company has told India Today, and usually it weighs around 100 grams, but this particular cocaine piece of the packet had contained only 4 grams. In fact, the police also told that it's worth 20,000 rupees in the local market. They are investigating the CEO of this company to know on which website he had purchased and for how long this has been happening. But however, he has also told that he had purchased it for his personal use. However, they have launched an investigation into this entire episode. With camera person Daniel Srisha Reddy in Chennai for India Today.
Right, it's not a story that concerns only Chennai, because Bengaluru is slowly emerging as a major transit spot for export of drugs to the Southeast Asian countries. Pratibha Raman sent us this report from Bengaluru.
Here we are at one of the busiest junctions, which is the Kalasipalayam in Bangalore, and this is the travels, the SMPK travels, that is regularly visited by the person who delivered that controversial parcel. Sources suggest that he would frequent this place for the last 1.5 years, and that every month he would come twice to deliver this hand parcel. But then people at the travels say that they have no means of checking the contents of the parcel because it comes in the last minute, and they wouldn't really do that. But then it's always the name of the person to whom it has to be delivered that is always noted, and not the person who comes and delivers the parcel. Pratibha Raman, Bangalore, India Today.
Now, Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao has denied tapping any phones of Andhra Pradesh politicians, as has been alleged by Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu. KCR also said that he does not expect Naidu to get any sympathy from the central government in Delhi. He also rejected the Andhra Pradesh government's demand that law and order in Hyderabad should be only with the governor, and also said that the Telangana DGP will tell the Home Ministry not to allow Andhra police to guard Andhra Pradesh ministers while they are in Hyderabad.
And they only say, sometimes they said they are tapping my phone. Sometimes they say cut and paste. Let me say Chandrababu Naidu said the voice is his or not. Why is he not talking on that? Let him come clean and come clear on one thing, whether they've given the money or not, whether their MLA is red-handedly caught or not, whether Mr. Chandrababu Naidu spoke to the MLA's defense or not. Why is he not saying all that?
Meanwhile, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu attended the engagement ceremony of TDP MLA Revanth Reddy's daughter in Hyderabad today. The Anti-Corruption Bureau Court had granted 12-hour-long interim bail to Revanth Reddy to come out of jail to attend the ceremony of his daughter, and at 6 p.m. he was taken back to the Hyderabad Central Prison. News now from Bengaluru, where India's IT industry city is not well connected at all, and that has sent the entire software industry in Bengaluru into a tizzy. Rohini Swami reports from Bengaluru.
Bangalore, the IT hub of the country. One would expect cell phone connectivity to be at its best. Well, think again. A call drop-free Bangalore is far from reality. In order to get a clearer picture on how call drops affect businesses, we met up with a company that not only deals with IT clients in India and abroad, but also is facing one of the biggest nightmares: losing business due to call drops.
We have a conference call, and if some people are connected through me, my colleagues, and we are talking to the client, we have to get into the call again and again connect to everyone, and there is a long pause before we restart that. So we have to go back to at least several points what I already conveyed to, and it's wasted a lot of our time and productivity. Plus we have irritation from the client side also. And besides Shweta,
an important conference call was in process in the company that we visited. They were discussing their company's future strategy, and just as they began discussing, one of the participants got disconnected. Listen in to this conversation.
hello, Abhilash. Okay, I'll add him again. We are not moved a minute into the discussion yet. I'll just add again.
Delhi density in Karnataka is 95.34 million. According to the latest statistics given out by the Union IT and Telecommunication Ministry, Bangalore has 27,759 mobile towers at the ground level and 4,661 telecom towers erected on the buildings. Many service providers whom we spoke to and didn't want to come on camera said there are many reasons that can be attributed to call drops, including the increasing population, high-rise buildings and spectrum allocation. When we asked them who is to blame, we just saw them put their hands up in despair.
Hello? Hello? In the IT capital of the country, where connectivity is the only essential thing to be connected with the outside world, well, we decided to stand right under a mobile tower and see whether we can make calls. Well, my call dropped again. It only clearly shows that in spite of our mobile tower being on top of a temple, even God can't help us. With Camera Srimurthy, Rohini Swami in Bangalore for India Today.
That's it then on Up South this evening. News and updates will continue on India Today.